because I just did my foundation and concealer real quick, because I'm going to show you guys how I do my eyebrows, and right after I'm going to film another video on a look I'm not too sure about yet. I'll just go play around with some colors and see what I come out with. But yeah, this is how I do my eyebrows. As you can see, I do put like as I'm doing my foundation and concealer, I do kind of put it over my eyebrows so they look a little lighter, because I personally have really dark eyebrows and I like most of the color to come from the actual eyebrow product rather than my real hairs peeking through, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. I use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Ebony, and I use that on a number 14 Anastasia brush, this one right here. And what I like to do is I like to get like a makeup wipe, and I like to pinch the hairs together with the wipe, because since the wipe is wet, then when you pinch them it kind of brings the hairs together a lot closer and it makes it more fine, so you get a more precise line on your eyebrow. Now for the dip brow, I know some dip brow, maybe it's not all of them, but the ones I've had, sometimes it can dry out, and when I notice the pomade looks a little drier than other days, I will put I will dip my brush in some oil, like I have the vitamin E oil, and I'll dip my brush into it, but just a little bit, not too much, because if you get too much oil then it's just gonna ruin the whole pomade. But I like to get just like a very light amount on the tip. I get a really light amount on the tip, and then I like to mix it into the pomade, so just so it can make it a little creamier, and then it does bring out more pigment when you put it on your eyebrows. It's just like a really light amount of the oil onto my brush, and I'm gonna just dip it right into here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it over on both sides, because the oil is on both sides. I'm just gonna mix it around a little, just so the oil isn't just focused on one part of the pomade, and it can help make the whole thing really creamy. And as I'm doing this, it also does pick up product on your brush, so right after I go right into my eyebrows. Now what I do is I like to brush my eyebrow hairs up on both sides. I use the spoolie side of the brush, clearly, but I'm not going to use the actual brush. My hairs are going to look a little crazy because I do have like naturally pretty full eyebrows. But again, I like to create my own shape. Like if you were to look up close on my eyebrows, you'll see like when I fill them in, sometimes the top or the bottom, like you can see my hairs where I didn't include it into my eyebrow. And that's only because since they're so full, like I'm gonna just have a really fat eyebrow, and that's not the look I like to go for. So okay, so to start off, I'm going to just brush through my brows one more time with that spoolie, just so my hairs are going upwards and it's easier to line the bottom. I am just going to go with the natural shape of my brow. I don't start too close to the beginning of my actual brow hairs, because in the beginning I do like them to look more natural, so I start further back, and I'm just going to make a straight line across. It's going to go into my brows. Okay, now for the rest of my brow, I am just going to go where I finished off with the previous in the beginning, and then I'm going to drag it out with the natural shape of my eyebrow. I do like kind of to, in a way, make my own shape, just because this side of my eyebrow isn't too arched compared to the other side. And then whatever's left on my brush, I'm going to use that to create the beginning of my brow. Now for the top of my brow, I'm going to continue to just go with the natural shape of my actual eyebrow. I like to use the pomade to just emphasize the shape I have, and it just makes it look a lot cleaner. So I'm going to bring it around, and I'm going to connect the top with the bottom just so it comes together to a fine point. And whatever I have left over on my brush, I'm going to use it to gently kind of blend out the top and just bring it together, so it stays natural, but it still makes it look clean. Okay, so now what I'm about to do is I'm going to just fill in my actual eyebrows. I'm going to get the product I have on the brush and from the lines I created on the top of the bottom, just to bring together and blend it all into my eyebrows. Stuck in time, do it again. I ever say is come and see me for once. Come and see me for once. You don't ever come to me. Okay, so that's the brow. Now I do conceal it, and I conceal it with any concealer you have works. I use what I have, so I usually just use the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Concealer in the shade Light, because that's my shade. I'm gonna just brush through them real quick just to make sure. I just use any angled brush. Well, I take out the applicator and I don't like just dab it on my arm or something. What I do is I get the brush and I just get a little bit from whatever's on the actual applicator, and I go and get it on both sides. I don't get too much, because if you have too much of the concealer on your brush, then it's, I don't know, personally I just think it's harder to blend because you have so much concealer around your eye, and I already have foundation on too, so I don't like to go in with too much concealer because then it just messes up my foundation.
Okay, so now for this, I'm just going to clean up the eyebrows with the concealer. I'm going along the bottom of my eyebrow. I'm not going to make any drastic changes to what I've already made with the pomade. This is just to clean it up and make a more precise and defined eyebrow.
Thinking about you, never knew another than you again. It's 2 a.m. and I'm fresh. That is how I show on. It's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. again.
Okay, so like the bottom, I am going to start cleaning up the top. I start by cleaning up the end of my eyebrow, making it more sharp, more precise at the end, and then I move on towards the top. Like the bottom, I don't make too many drastic changes, but I do like to smoothen out the arch I made on top, just so it's not a harsh point and it's more smoothed out, more like a clean, nice brow.
I might be thirsty for you. How can you blame me? Or I might pleasure cause for you. How do you want me? I conjure up that.
Okay, now once I'm done getting the shape I want and I'm satisfied with how it looks, I just blend out the concealer just so it doesn't like dry up and get all cakey underneath and around my eyebrow.
I do my eyebrow. Now clearly it looks a lot different, like it looks a lot cleaner from far away. Up close you can see, like I said, you can see all the hairs I didn't include when I was shaping it. As long as you're going along with the natural, like where your eyebrow, the bottom hairs, as long as you go with where it starts off and then you shape it off, it's always going to come out nice. Because right after, like even if you mess up a little bit, as long as you clean it up real nice, there's like your eyebrows will always come out nice. That's one thing I learned, because before I didn't really clean them up or take as much time to clean them up as I do now, and now that I do, it really makes a huge difference with how my eyebrows come out. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's my other brow. I mean, they're really not that even today. Yeah, they're really not that even today. Like this one, I feel is a little darker in the beginning than this side, but I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm just gonna let it be, because honestly my eyebrows are never 100% even or the same. I really just let them be, as long as I can get them as close as possible, like if you can see. And then it's also because, I don't know if you noticed, one eye, I don't like to talk about it because once I point it out, I feel like you can see it every single time. I don't know exactly why. My mom said it's because she looked it up and it's because she didn't nourish herself right while she was pregnant with me. But I have a lazy eye. I don't know which one it is. I think it's this one. I could be wrong. Or it could be this one. Oh look, I broke another one. Well, I'm gonna go get my nails done in like 2 days. But yeah, I have like a lazy eye, so one of my eyebrows is always gonna look a little lower than the other, and I don't like to adjust my eyebrow to it. Almost forgot. This is the Maybelline brow gel. This is the tinted one, and I just brush this through. I don't go too crazy because the amount of like product I use in my eyebrow hairs don't even move at all. But I brush this through a little, that's it for my eyebrow tutorial. Like I said before, it's really not hard. It's probably the same steps everyone else takes. It's just, it all depends. Like, you just really have to learn your eyebrow shape. I've learned this one is more like straighter, this one's more arched. You just have to figure out how to even out your eyebrows. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped to anyone who had questions, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks.